Wonderful. Okay.
Wow. Reika's managing a dog for the first time. What a blast.
I'm such an alien with pets. Hi, we're live. Welcome to Talk Chef. I am Reika, one of your hosts.
I'm your other host, Jordan.
And we have a very special guest here today. You might know him from his Radio Margaritaville show on Sirius XM, or from various comedy just online and at College Humor. Oh my God, sassy. Please welcome Patrick McDonald.
Wow. Hi, guys. So excited to be here. Bring some, dare I say, California flair to the episode.
Absolutely. Wow. We love that because you're not from here too.
No, but that's a reference to the episode.
But that's a reference to the episode.
I wanted to show you guys right off the bat
that you watched it.
Yeah.
You did your homework. We love that. Incredible, Patrick. Well, actually, to start, I wanted to ask if you have familiarity with Top Chef or other food shows.
I am not crazy familiar with Top Chef. Yeah. I this was my first time watching it, and I'll tell you what, it's really wild to watch just the middle episode of a season of a television show from 2009. It's exciting.
We're sorry.
And we are ultimately sorry for the design of this show. For making you do
sorry.
That.
No, it's a blast. It's exciting. There's a lot of context, you know. It's like a time capsule in a way. I do like food shows. Yeah. I love like Anthony Bourdain stuff, of course. I like the more kind of experimental, exciting, trying different foods, seeing different cultures.
Yes.
More than the competition. I have gotten into Kitchen Nightmares. Historically, my dad, I come from a family of, my dad was a regional manager of Olive Gardens. So neither of you knew this?
No. And we both know you in real life.
So my dad is a regional manager of Olive Gardens. He managed about 15 Olive Gardens in Texas and Oklahoma. So I grew up in an Olive Garden family. We used to go all the time, but my dad's obsessed with
restaurant service. So when you're there, you're really family.
I'm really family. Yeah, and my dad is, when I'm there, I'm at work. So it was exhausting for him to go, but we would get free stuff. And then it was really crazy because we would be there and we'd get like this high school server who's serving the regional manager, and he's shitting his pants around my dad. Because he's like, sir, you know, because my dad forgot to get some notes. And so I was like, my dad is fucking the boss. Like, my dad's in charge of this Olive Garden.
Okay, so I need to already derail the show, and I need to find out one thing you absolutely must order at Olive Garden and one thing you absolutely must not order at Olive Garden.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's great. So here's what I'll say. This is a little long-winded for me. So my big thing used to always be the chicken Alfredo pizza. I was obsessed with the chicken Alfredo pizza growing up. Okay. It was incredible. It's just chicken Alfredo on a pizza. But about 5 or 6 years ago, I went to the Olive Garden out here with some friends. I said, I'll get the chicken Alfredo pizza. They said, hey, we don't do that anymore. And I looked, they were like, yeah, we stopped selling pizzas. We sell flatbreads. We don't sell pizzas anymore. And I looked at the server in the eye. This is in Glendale. And I said, that's a controversial decision. Like, I couldn't control myself. I was upset.
Like you're a mafioso. And you're gonna
That's a shame. That's a real shame. So then I called my dad and I was like, why didn't you tell me we took pizzas off? Like, I was pissed because I made a fool of myself at this Olive Garden. So I would say try to get someone to get the chicken Alfredo pizza. I would say don't order. This is kind of controversial. I mean, I don't know if they make anything. I don't think they make really anything in-house, but their desserts are not like Olive Garden desserts. They get them from like other restaurants. So I see. But I mean, and the berry crostata isn't even around anymore either. And that was a number one for me. Don't get that little marble cheesecake. I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing to offer there. I like the baked things. That's all I would say.
Now,
but yeah.
Patrick, I once had $22 ravioli there. What do you think of their $22 ravioli?
Why did that happen to Reika?
And then my second question is, why did that have to happen to me?
So can I diagnose that? Were you at the Times Square Olive Garden?
Yes.
You were. You exactly
You idiot.
So I have gone there as well.
Well, can I say we went there as a joke in college on the first day of my sound design class. We said to my teacher, wouldn't it be funny if we all went to the Olive Garden? And she said, no, why would you want to go there? We're in New York. And then on the last day of class, we said, Marcia, we're taking you to Olive Garden. And she said, why? I don't want to go. And we took her.
Wow. And you guys went up the escalators. You got to 42nd Street. You went up the 3 escalators. You sat at the top. You got a view of the TKTS stairs. Oh, what a blast. Look, what I'll say is that is the busiest Olive Garden in the country. That's like the best service, the best doing Olive Garden. It's doing so fucking well. It's crushing there. And I've eaten there as well. It is all upper price because it's Times Square. That's like asking why was this t-shirt expensive on Hollywood Boulevard? You're on Hollywood Boulevard, Reka.
What's so funny is I know what you mean, but it is incongruous because Times Square is disgusting and Hollywood Boulevard is much of it is disgusting. So in my mind, I'm like, yes, I get it because those are touristy locations, so things are more expensive, but it's actually disgusting. So it should be less.
I do have 2. Oh yes, Patrick, keep going. I'm so sorry.
No, I just think I mean, I just think it's an interesting thing where it's like the most crowded places are just the most expensive places, but the most crowded places tend to become disgusting.
That's very interesting.
I do have 2 things I want to bring up. One is I am doing this show from an Airbnb and I am in a massage chair where they gave us $5 to put in the massage chair. And then when the massage chair finishes, you can open up and take the $5 like back out and do it again. So that's how I'm doing the whole show. And I just want everyone to know if the massage noise gets too loud, if I'm too pleasured by the chair and I get too loud, let me know. And I'll
if Jordan's too pleasured by the chair, by your own definition, chat, just pop it in.
Just let it be known in the chat.
Say I'm uncomfortable. Jordan's too pleasured by the chair.
Enjoying the chair too much. And then secondly, some people in the chat are upset because we have Charles in the chat upset that we're talking about Olive Garden because Charles's mom is the like head person at the original Carrabba's.
Oh, and Charles.
Wait a minute. Is this sort of like a Montague Capulet situation? Wow.
Charles, I didn't know you were going to be here, Charles. I wasn't aware.
Oh my God.
Okay, you're going to need to walk away before something happens, Charles. Okay. What's next? Is somebody from Johnny Carino's here? Is somebody from Maggiano's here? Because I will face
Wait, if someone from Maggiano's is here, message me privately.
DM her.
Because I love their bread. Oh my God, wait. And do we have any Bertucci's in the house? Because I also love their bread.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Show yourself. If you are tied to a famous Italian chain, show yourself.
Wait, I should show you something. So I have, and we're moving. I have some swag that I got from an Olive Garden. That is a very rare thing. Let me see if I can find it.
It's a rare Olive Garden thing.
It's a rare Olive Garden object.
It's one of the chicken Alfredo pizzas that is.
Yeah, exactly. It's preserved in amber.
Or like laminated.
Here it is. Okay. No, very few people have this.
Oh my God. It's the Queen's jewels.
The Queen's jewels. It's the Olive Queen's jewels. This is a jean jacket. You see this?
Shut up.
Oh my
How
God.
on earth is that so tasteful? It's so small.
It's beautiful.
If you asked me, guess, Reka, how big the Olive Garden logo on the back of this jacket is going to be. I would have said minimum hypotenuse 60 inches.
Well, and as a kid, I vividly remember my dad having a jacket that had literally a giant olive on the back and it said "Chow" in giant letters. And I don't know where it is now. But Christine
wants to know if that's a members only Olive Garden jacket. Like, is that like varsity? Is it?
Yeah, this
varsity
is like Insider.
Or JV?
Actually, I think this is like crew. Like this is like, like the squad. Like we're rolling OG. You know what I mean? This is the real OG.
It looks honestly really
it looks
good.
very good.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
And can I go one deeper on the Olive Garden thing that I've never showed anyone? Okay.
So we're getting an exclusive.
We are always getting exclusives on the show, and that's why people watch.
Thing that my dad got. So my dad kind of is proud of this. He was the GM of the year for Olive Gardens for 3 years in a row.
So sweet.
He worked really hard. He was really proud of his job. I'm really proud of my father for this as well. But because of that, he got me this thing, and this is like my family heirloom. I swear to God, he got this as Roku City in the background. Apologies.
That's okay.
This is a Bulgari watch that he got as a gift. That is like worth a bunch of money. That he's like, never sell this. Like, this is like my gift to you. And this, so this is like a nice
You gotta pass that to your own little bambino.
Yeah. And he got this. Patrick McDonald's bambino.
Yeah.
It's funny because he went to the GM like conference in Orlando every year. That's where it is. And he got this in the same year, I believe. Jim Belushi and his jazz band played for the entire group.
This story went so much deeper than I anticipated. That is, wow.
There's also one more thing I'll say about my dad.
Stop it. I thought you were going to be like, there's also one more coveted Olive Garden.
No. I don't have any other objects.
I will have a heart attack.
I was telling him about my career once, and I was like stressed about stuff, and he was like, speak up for yourself. You might get in trouble for speaking your mind. He's like, one time I was in a big meeting with all the execs of Olive Garden, and I stood up and I said, we need to make Olive Garden fun again. And everybody turned and looked at me. And a year later, we changed the kids menu and we started doing specials. And he's like, people used to come up to me later saying, you're the one who said, we need to make Olive Garden fun again. So needless to say, I love my dad. He's the one who made Olive Garden fun again. And that's all I want to tell you guys.
Emma
I gotta head out.
TFA.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so sorry. People aren't here for that, but I'm done with my Olive Garden
everyone is absolutely captivated by this, Patrick.
Okay, good.
Do you have interest in looking at the chat? We can also just field stuff to you.
You can just let me know. Should I look at the chat?
No, you don't have to. Unless you want to directly.
People are into this. No, that's okay. Good.
People are loving everything that's happening. This is really, really beautiful. I love this. Every nook and cranny of this story, every pasta and breadstick of this story is really good.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Wow.
Actually, I have one more thing.
Shut up, Patrick. Are you going to show that? Okay, yeah.
Wait, is it in
What
here?
are we about to see?
Oh, it's gone. Never mind. It's just a coffee mug that says Olive Garden on it.
Oh.
It's a to-go cup. It's anticlimactic. I should have ended that.
It's from the originator of Olive Garden, Danny Olive.
It's Danny Olive and Gina Garden.
And Ina Garden's great grandmother, Gina Garden.
Okay.
Patrick, you far surpassed anything that what I was gonna say when this started. In case you were like, "Oh no, I don't have any connection. I don't care." I've known you for so long. I didn't know any of this.
Wow.
Was that for anyone who's a Gods of Food fan? Patrick McDonald wrote what I think is everyone's favorite episode, which is Pak Jang-mi, the Korean monk chef. Episode 2. People fucking love that episode, and that is written by none other than Patrick McDonald.
That's
Fun
correct.
fact.
Thank you so much. And you asked me to do that, Rika, and that was actually the best thing, my favorite thing I've ever made. And I'm
Shut the fuck
honored.
up.
And I'm honored that you asked me to do that. And I'm so grateful. And working on that was a dream because I think you're one of the most talented people I know. So thank you.
Okay. Stop. I'll die. Okay, beautiful.
Okay, you're wonderful.
So you've got a larger grasp of the culinary world than you've let on. You know what the deal is.
I know a couple of things. I know a thing or two, and I'm excited to talk about this episode because there's a lot of stuff I know about here. I'm from Texas.
Yes.
So tailgating is something that I'm very used to. Barbecue, stuff like that. I make a lot of quesos. I'm a queso maker.
Oh my God. Patrick has a cookbook that is all queso.
Should I go get it?
About this.
Should I go get it?
Patrick is the most on his feet contestant.
Absolutely.
Yes, we've ever had.
Are people liking that? Or
people are fucking loving it. They're like, wow, this man's energy.
He's so fluid.
Look at this.
He's so fluid. I am fluid.
He's so fluid.
This is a great book. It's by Lisa Fain. If anyone likes Texas recipes, she makes a cookbook called The Homesick Texan, and she's a New Yorker that is from Texas, and she studies Texas recipes. And she has a bunch of. I have 2 other cookbooks. I could go get them, but I am wiped out. But this is
you got your steps in on this show.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great cookbook. There's 50 recipes in here. There's a Greek queso. There's an Indian queso with a chutney in it.
Wow.
This is a queso fondito with squash blossom. It's great. I highly recommend it.
Some people might call Jordan and I together an Indian queso in a way.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
That's actually badass.
That's our celebrity couple name.
Yeah, exactly. Incredible. Patrick, if you can believe we haven't even started the show. I mean, it is live, but we haven't even gotten to even the first part of the show.
Oh,
we're going to have to cut down on some bits.
We're going to have to cut down on some bits. This is live and we never edit it, but we'll have to cut down.
Cut down on some bits.
Patrick, it is not at all your fault. We couldn't have predicted that you were Olive Garden royalty. This was incredibly useful information. We love it.
I didn't mean to bump. I didn't mean to like Dane Cook at the Comedy Store or any of your bits. You know what I mean?
No, Patrick, you didn't date a 19-year-old during this.
Actually.
Let me show you the other. This is a 19-year-old I did. Incredible.
Okay, Reiko, we need to jump into it. We gotta get to business.
First order of business. Guys, you know, this is a food charity-based live stream. We are raising money for a charity this season, just like every other season, but we are not announcing it to the end. So please stay tuned for the season finale where we're going to do a little fundraise-a-thon for whatever charity we pick this season. So stay tuned for that. Order of business 2. Patrick, we didn't tell you one thing about this show, which is just like every episode of Top Chef has a quick fire. So does every episode of Talk Chef. So you might be like, well, what the fuck? Am I gonna have to cook? No, it is just the quickest quick fire in all of Top Chef history. It's 45 seconds and it is all questions. It's 10 questions. They're all Patrick McDonald preference-based questions. They're not like, you know, trivia questions or anything. And you might think, oh, maybe I should blow this off. Maybe I don't give a shit what Jordan and Rick are doing.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, maybe. I know that's typical you, so maybe. But consider this. Jordan's exiting the massage chairs. Consider this. So here are the prizes.
Everyone, I said 800,000 times before I left before we started the podcast, I said, I'll go downstairs. They said, no, stay up here. Do it in the massage chair. Don't go downstairs. And then 3 minutes into doing the podcast, they're like, go downstairs. You're being annoying.
I'm
confused.
So here's the thing. This is your first time in Big Bear, right?
Yes.
Big Bear drama every time. There's Big Bear drama.
That's what it feels
regardless.
Like. Okay,
Always Big Bear drama.
Like.
Bravo TV could do a little series there.
We know Big Bear. We know drama.
We know Big drama. Big Bear drama.
Oh, that's TNT, I guess.
Oh shit. Anyway, okay. So your prizes will be, because this is why there are stakes to this. It's not just some bullshit thing that we made up. You could win a deed to the Terlato Wine Vineyard. What is Terlato wine? Well, it's only the most delicious drink ever made of water and dirt. That is a wine brand that has sponsored several seasons of Top Chef. We don't know where their vineyard is. You don't know how to purchase their wine, but they've sponsored a bunch of seasons. The vineyard owner came fucking looking like Johnny Terlato or whatever. Like truly, it couldn't be more of a commodified looking wine company. I think the smallest bottle is 75,000 gallons, whatever.
Wow.
You can't purchase it.
You win a deed to that. Yeah, you win a deed to that. Good luck. Awesome. Okay, and then the other prize you could win is your own personalized suite of broken GE appliances, just like you see on the show. So we're talking about a fryer, not an air fryer, a regular fryer that doesn't get up to temp. We're talking about an oven that drops temp. We're talking about a can opener that breaks in half. We're talking about a fridge that doesn't close. All of this stuff could be yours. So huge. Patrick, with that, are you ready for your Talk Chef quick fire? 45 seconds.
Let's do it.
All right. My timer will start from the moment Jordan finishes asking question 1. Ready?
Have you ever tailgated?
Yes.
What's your number 1 sports team?
The Texas Rangers.
Name any type of beer.
Landshark Lager.
Beer, wine, or cocktails?
I am 2.5 years sober.
Cocktails. What is the best food for a sporting event?
I would say hot dogs.
What is the worst food for a sporting event?
I would say spaghetti.
How would you describe your own personal California flair?
I would say Hawaiian shirts and screaming in traffic.
What is your signature dish?
I would say a blackberry cobbler.
Who will win this season?
I am going to say the woman that is doing it out of vengeance for her lover in this episode.
Wow. Oh, and your
Very
time
close.
is up. You know
9
what?
out of 10. 9
out of 10.
Oh!
And guess what?
Very close.
I think it was Rhiannon suggested giving you an honorary win for just like a bunch of cool Olive Garden information.
Oh, thanks, Rhiannon.
Yeah, so I think we're going to give you an honorary win on that.
What was the last question?
Do you think you can
I'll
handle
never know.
it? Do you think you can handle it, Jordan?
Are you ready?
Sure.
How hot are Jordan and Reiko?
Hot. So hot.
Also, Patrick, I I really liked, Rachel Chapman commenting, our last week's guest, that the worst tailgate food being spaghetti. I think that's really accurate.
It's fair.
I think that would be extremely disgusting.
It's bad. It's really, really bad.
And then the person's like, oh shit, I forgot forks. Do you mind kind of just handing it? Like,
yeah, just give it to me. And then you're like standing, but there's nobody brings a strong plate to a tailgate. So it's
you saw those. Did you see those Chicago Bear plates? They were full. It was like that commercial where the guy's on the date and drops all the big lasagna or the big pasta on his date.
Yeah.
No.
Also, Patrick, people are commenting you on being 2 years sober.
Yeah, they're saying congrats.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Respect.
Patrick's got mad Topo Chico in his place.
I do. I have a road trip. We're going. I have this little thing here where you can knock the things off.
Yes, he has a built-in bottle cap opener.
It's my spittoon. It's full of. These are all my Topo Chico cans.
Yes.
Wow. Do you do any kind of art or anything with the bottles, or?
No, I'm thinking of it. I talked to this woman on my podcast, who's she makes like art out of Topo Chico bottles. She makes mosaics. So she cuts off different like little bottle caps and turns them into. Gotta check out that podcast.
Okay.
No, but it's like people make mosaics and stuff out of bottle caps. I would make like an armadillo or something. I think
an armadillo. That sounds hard.
We'll see. You can put it on the side.
Okay.
Wow, the energy of this is bringing me absolute life.
I'm having a blast, guys. Am I doing it right?
You're doing it so right, Patrick.
Absolutely.
You don't even know. Okay, let's jump into this episode. First, we started off with a weird confrontation between Lisa and Dale. Dale apologizes for the way he talked to her because ultimately, I still have to say that I don't like you. And Lisa's like, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that is early Bravo, baby. And we love to see a reformed Dale Talde by season 18, where he's gotten some anger management training and no longer screams at people. So that's pretty cool. Last episode, he screamed at Lisa because he does not like her. Yeah.
Okay. And he said, you're really negative. And she said, that's your opinion.
You're entitled to it. Yeah.
And he said, no, everyone thinks that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she though? That was going to be my question.
She is pretty negative. I don't think you should scream at her. No. She won the last episode, and Dale on Dale's team, and Dale screamed at her. That was pretty uncalled for.
Get out of here, Dale.
Dale's got anger issues in this season.
Yeah.
So we are right into a quick fire that Patrick, you had an unusual connection to. Some would say too unusual. Which was they got to you got the quick fire is you get to taste 3 beers and you have to choose one and make a dish that pairs with that beer. Now, before we hop in, well, actually no, we'll get to your thing when we get to the person who ties to it. Great. Okay, so here's what everybody made. Richard, hair like this, made a grilled tuna sandwich with pickled vegetables.
Yeah.
This
was grilled tuna, you said?
Grilled tuna.
Yeah. I didn't know those tuna.
Yeah, to me, this seems boring. I think all of these seemed pretty boring.
What beer did he have? Do you remember? Was it the Hoegaarden? What did he have?
Here's what I realized. I didn't write down the beers for a lot of them. I am sorry. He didn't have the Hoegaarden though.
To do. Okay.
Thank you. Stephanie had the Hoegaarden.
Okay.
But if anyone remembers this beer, pop it in the chat, and I am sorry for the unprofessionalism on my part. Andrew made a rainbow trout with a raspberry gastrique and peaches.
Too much fruit.
Okay, Jordan doesn't like fruit. I think it sounds too sweet, but I love fruit, so I'll give it a maybe.
Andrew was California Flair?
No, that's Ryan. Andrew is absolute lunatic who's like, cooking is my game.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And something to know, Patrick, that everyone watching already knows is that Reka had a huge crush on Andrew when this show aired.
When it aired, you know how like you like anybody that's funny and then you realize they're not fucking funny. They're just they're just funny. Mean or annoying.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, that's that's my favorite kind of person on vacation where you see the kind of the husband in his 50s whose joke is I'm being mean to my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
I know those kinds of people. When I was a kid, I was like, that guy's hilarious. And
that guy's so funny. His wife hates him. Yeah.
He's calling her out for being tired of his bullshit. Yeah.
He's hysterical. Where does he get his material? Dale then made a pan-roasted pork tenderloin with miso, caramel sauce, and a pretzel crust.
Oh, I saw that. What the fuck was going on? You gotta do something with the pretzels.
I gotta say that pretzel, I was like, yo, just take that off. That was like pretzel dust.
Yeah. It sounds too sweet. I think there is a version of this that could work.
Yeah.
But I think it sounds way too sweet the way it is right now.
I feel like he dropped that on a bar floor is what that looked like to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that's disgusting.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, then we get Antonia, miso glazed cod and a sauteed Napa cabbage.
I'm surprised everyone's eating fish and beer together. I mean, I guess that's not a huge, I guess it's fish and chips is a big thing. I guess fish and beer are common.
Yeah, you got me. I mean, it's also like fish is the quickest thing for a lot of these people to make.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Because they only have like 25 minutes to make something. But it is interesting that you're right, that everyone chose it. Speaking of which, Nikki made citrus marinated shrimp with Asian coleslaw.
Nikki was sunglasses lady.
Like, Nikki was, I ran out of peppers and onions.
Oh gosh. Mom. Yeah. I don't know why I was like, is her like arc that she's a mother? I don't know why.
She is a mother. Yes.
Yeah.
And they do have to talk about that.
Her arc is that she's very Italian.
She's very Italian and she's from Manhattan. She's from Manhattan.
That's like her big thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was going to be the other food thing I want to this is not a crazy departure. I know my friend's mom was on Guy's Grocery Games on the grandmother's episode. And like she got voted out first, but she was on Guy's Grocery Games. So shout out to Carol Pock. So that's my other connection to this.
She's probably watching.
She might be.
I think she's one of our regulars, actually.
God bless you, Carol. You did good. She hit on Guy a lot. That was kind of her thing on the show.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She was voted out first. It was first. He was first.
Yeah, she got kicked out.
He was like, get away from me.
He was like, you gotta go.
You gotta get kicked out of Flavor Town. Sorry.
I haven't even finished cooking.
Yes.
Like, go. Okay.
Okay, that's Stephanie made steamed mussels with cilantro vinaigrette and finished with Hogarden, which was her beer.
Yes.
That sounded okay.
That looks good. I'm a big mussels fan, so there was a lot of mussels featured in this.
Yes.
This one.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
This sounded fine.
Mark, our New Zealand guy, made a spiced lamb rack with honey and beer sauce.
This doesn't sound good to me either. None of them sound good.
It sounds fine to me.
Okay, lamb is good generally.
Yeah.
I'm
sure it is. Yeah.
It feels hard to screw up.
Yeah.
I feel like every chef in the world would say that's wrong, Patrick. What makes you say that lamb is hard to screw up?
Well, I feel like you can eat it kind of tender and you can eat it tough. Like it's the kind of thing where as long as you cook it, as long as you check it on the temperature, it feels like there's a gradient scale where it's like you can deal with it both ways.
Interesting.
That would be
all I know about lamb. I'm coming in from an outside perspective. Okay. I don't have experience with lamb, but it seems like people really fuck up the cutting of lamb on this show. Lots of episodes where someone Frenched a rack of lamb poorly, cut it unevenly, didn't know how to wrap it in strings.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I forgot about the idea of cutting it in any way.
You were putting a whole like live lamb in a microwave. And
exactly.
Like, seems easy.
Exactly. And that's restaurant goers privilege. And I apologize, guys.
You were just thinking about the fact that eating lamb, I think is what you thought was easy.
I think eating lamb is easy for sure.
I think I was thinking every time I've eaten lamb, I've liked it. It's not like it can't be that hard because every time I eat it, it's
every
good.
time I've eaten it at a Michelin restaurant, it's good. So why would it be hard?
It's good at Noma. It's great at Noma.
And at Spago, divine.
It's delicious. The Ivy, it's good.
Yeah. And it comes out so fast, so it's obviously not hard.
So it takes like 20 minutes, and it comes with wine, and my daddy paid. Okay, so then Ryan, your guy, made Espelette coconut lamb something. This was one of the ones that didn't get a lower third, so I did not feel the need to rewind because it clearly wasn't important enough for Top Chef to note what it was.
It's a big decision in the editor's room. Now we're not gonna do a lower.
I know, right?
Maybe somebody couldn't spell Espelette and they didn't have time, and they were like, "We gotta go."
Yeah, everyone knows. As a former editor, everyone knows the most time-intensive thing to do is making a lower third. Is definitely not a refillable item. It's really hard to make. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then we had Spike made a charcuterie plate and tapas of clams.
Embarrassing.
I gotta give a thumbs down to this because I feel this way when sometimes they make cheese plates on the show where I'm like, there is such a thing as a good cheese plate, but also you did not make most of the items on this plate.
No. Clown.
And
I mean,
I
it
think
was clown behavior, what he did. It was
he's a clown.
insulting. It was insulting and it was rude. And he's the first person I said, you're not going to do it for me. You're a loser. And it was interesting because it's like you have the muscles and then you just picked a handful of shit from the fridge and threw it on a wood board.
Yes.
Who are you fooling?
Yes, you're not fooling anybody. And to be uppity about it.
Yeah.
To be like, if someone gave me clams to charcuterie, I would like think it was good. I was like, shut up, Spike. He's very annoying.
I was going to ask, is it in the culture of Top Chef to fight for yourself all the time? Because there was a thing where when they went back, they were like, did you fight for yourself? You need to speak up for yourself. Like it was like this thing where instead
what's an interesting? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, this is the thing with it. If you fight for yourself, everyone's like, fight for yourself, then you do. Then people are like, you can't take a no.
Yes.
Right. You are standing by a dish that's bad.
Yes.
But
then doing, they want you to do the opposite.
Yeah.
thing.
But then if you don't stand up for your dish, they're like, where's your backbone?
Yeah, exactly. Listen,
dish?
You served us a plate of human shit. But as a chef, if you don't stand behind what you do, what are you even doing up here? Listen.
You can't win.
You can't freaking win. Sassy knows. Okay. Then Lisa made a bacon cheeseburger with potato chips. And the reasoning was burger and beer. Fine. I think it's kind of boring. I think it's boring. It's probably tasted good. It's boring. Now, Jennifer, here's where we go. This
is Jennifer.
Jennifer got land shark beer.
Yes.
And made shrimp and scallop beignets with fennel, avocado, and pepper puree. I got to give a big thumbs up. That sounds great.
Yeah,
hugely inspired. I've never heard of a savory beignet, and this is where my expertise working on Radio Margaritaville comes in. I have hosted a podcast about Jimmy Buffett for 5 years.
And if you didn't hear that, it was Jimmy Buffett. It's a podcast about Jimmy Buffett.
It's about Jimmy Buffett. It's called Pear Dead Podcast. Land Shark Lager is a particularly, I would say, not special beer, right? I would say that it is, and it's okay. I like it.
What's the connection? Is it a Jimmy Buffett?
He owns it. It's his beer. Land Shark is the song. It's a reference to his song "Fins."
Oh, Fins! You made me listen to that. Yeah, you made me listen and do the dance.
Yeah. So there's even in concerts, there's this group of fans that come to every show and they're called the Fin Men. And then in the middle of the show, they bring out these giant white fins and they walk around the crowd. And Jim Buffett goes, "Oh, look, the Fin Man." And then they walk around the crowd and then they go back to their seats because they paid to be there. But it's a big part of it. But it's as with all Margaritaville products, you just kind of take it and you embrace it because of the name and the brand. But Land Shark Lager is not super special. I think no one would argue with me on that.
Well, then it's great that Jennifer made something, I would argue, the most special of the quickfire dishes. My roommate, who doesn't really give a shit about this, who's Sassy's dad, that was when he watched this episode with me and he went, oh, to that dish.
It was pretty impressive. And I think it was the passion of vengeance that went into it for her.
Yes, because her, wow, I almost said ex, because they are no longer dating. Sorry to spoil.
What? When did they break up? 12 years ago?
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm such a naive little shit that I'm like, well, she said she was the love of her life, so maybe they're still together. It's like they broke up 100 years ago. Jen is married to a full ass different person.
Okay.
I don't know what Zoe's up to.
It's also hard though because they're lesbians, and with lesbians, they could have like broken up 6 seconds later, or they literally could have been together for 800,000 more years.
True.
Beautiful.
Sorry, I'm getting a phone call right now. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
What a brag.
It was hey guys, I'm getting a phone call. Anyways.
Okay, Sassy. That's interesting. Sassy's eating a blanket. Okay. So pretty cool. Oh, yeah, twins. We're all eating a blanket. Okay, so on the bottom was Nikki, Spike, and Dale. On the top was Richard, Stephanie, and Jennifer. Jennifer wins. Woohoo! So she gets immunity.
Good for her.
Now for the elimination.
Did she win anything special for it?
Absolutely not. So sometimes what's cool about the quickfire is in one episode, just because GLAAD happens to sponsor it, the prize for the quickfire will be like $5,000. And then the next episode will be like, you win nothing. Or because of your efforts, you win a beautiful signed copy of me, Reika, my cookbook. And it's like, cool, thank you.
It happens both in the quickfire and in the
elimination
challenge. Like, yeah, sometimes with the elimination challenge, they'll be like, you in a Hyundai Sonata, or like you're going to France for 2 months. And then sometimes they're like, next time you get to pick your partner first in the challenge.
Or
whatever.
you win a big bottle of juice that we call wine.
What would you guys prefer if you were on it? Would you prefer like just a monetary gift, or would you get your money?
I would want the money.
$5,000.
Here's the other fucked up thing about me. So one of the other prizes that's been on the show is you can stage at a restaurant. And I know that's like a tough gig to get at some of these it'll be like, you can stage at this place in France or in Italy.
So what's that? What is stage?
So basically what that means is you win an opportunity to work for free at a restaurant.
It's awesome.
It's an incredible
awesome.
That's badass. That's badass.
Unbelievable.
So that might be something I also choose. She loves to work. Okay. The elimination challenge. It is a tailgate at a Chicago Bears game. Okay, thought she might get up for that. Okay, so that's pretty cool. They get grills. They're tailgating outside the stadium. Seems like a hoot. I will clock that. Mark
you
said,
loved it.
I thought it was
Seems
cool. I thought the Bears fans were cool. Mark, I love Mark when he says, I'm the only one with the testicular fortitude to use the charcoal grill. I thought that was so cool. I love when people associate grilling with masculinity.
Absolutely. Well, it's funny because I was watching this with someone and they were like, we were trying to figure out what year this was.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? And they were like, I think it's 2009. And I was like, why? They were like, because they're making so many jokes about being gay. That's like funny about being gay. And they were like, yeah, it's because it's like, that was just like, gay marriage was just passed in Massachusetts. So in the culture of the everything, I was like, it felt like it was everywhere.
Yes. Well, I feel like it's also like gay isn't bad,
right?
But it is funny. You know what I mean? Like it was very much of that time where it's like, we voted for gay marriage.
Yeah.
Me gay? I touch boobs. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely. And that whole tub moment, I was like,
oh my God, I'm a bro. And I like broing out with my guys. If that makes me gay, I'm not gay.
Yeah. Wait, that's cool Talk Chef merch. If that makes me gay, I'm not gay.
Yeah. Okay, put it on a shirt.
Okay, absolutely put that on a shirt.
Whoever's keeping the tally of what to be put on shirts. So Rake and I can do it when someone finally gives us money.
Yeah.
Do it. Do this.
Oh my, if that makes me gay, I'm not gay.
If that makes me gay, I'm not
gay. My dude, you get it. I want to also clock two things. One, Spike and Mark looked absolutely filthy in that tub. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just their personalities. I was like, you guys look caked by like dirt and sun. You look like you need to be taking a bath. And then second thing I want to clock, Amy truly doing charitable good deeds in the chat. They counted that Spike's hat count for this episode was 4. So that's 4 hats. 4 different hats for Spike. So that's really beautiful.
And they stay in the same house the whole time?
Yes.
Do we know? Does Amy in the chat know if he wears the same hats or if they're new hats?
There's a rotation, I think. But Amy, please correct me if I'm wrong. God help me, correct me. And also Christine, also doing charitable good works. When Ryan called himself a metrosexual, I mean, absolutely. If you're playing the game, what year is this? It's like, oh my God, shut up. Send him home for that. Padma, watch the tapes and go, wait a minute. No,
watch the tapes.
You're too boring, man. Get a new take.
That was crazy stuff.
Even in 2009, you watch and you go, oh my God, you're
my
stupid.
God. Everyone was saying it. I remember like a 60 Minutes thing about like, what is a metrosexual? It was like crazy.
Yeah, they're like a man who uses lotion. Gay ?
Yeah, a man who uses you'll find out at 11. Yeah. It's a to be continued story.
He styles his hair, but he kisses women?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A man who showers more at 11.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Have you guys followed those Reddit threads that are like men who are afraid to wipe their asses after they
Yeah.
shit because they think it's gay?
It's so crazy.
It's so it is truly a pandemic we have not dealt with. It's just like cis men are like so broken and ill.
It's so wild.
Cis straight men need medical attention.
What's going on?
That's really interesting.
That's
It's really,
so interesting.
but it's like I think straight men are like putting themselves in a box where it's like you're not going to be able to get out of this. Like there's so many corners of there. It's just a house of cards. They're making it impossible to be straight
because everything is gay.
hard.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like literally
Right.
everything is gay. Everything can be seen through a gay lens. So by you trying to push against that,
yes.
It's just not working.
No.
I will point out in season 8 of this show, Mike Isabella, one of the worst people that's ever been on this show.
And maybe on this earth.
And on this earth, I believe Jordan is the one that reminded me of this. Says that fondue is gay.
He does.
No
They're doing
way.
a fondue challenge. They're doing a fondue challenge, and everyone makes a fondue, and then Mike Isabella, like in his interview, there he's like, I don't cook fondue. I don't cook gay stuff.
Which is so, you are like reaching. You are like, you're
Very
sweating at night trying to
Fondue
think
is
of like
gay.
what food is gay.
Oh my God.
Absolute unhinged behavior.
God, why
All right.
is fondue gay? That's so fascinating. I
more
love the
at,
idea of
more
it.
at 11. Yeah.
At 11.
Why is fondue gay? More at 11.
Dan Rather speaks on it. I love it. Wow, truly, this is such a blast. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I'm loving this. Thanks for having me.
Oh my God, thank
Thanks for
you,
doing the
Patrick.
show.
I like to do a mid thank you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
mid thank you. Like a nice wrap up.
Yeah, I want to let you guys know I'm still having a blast.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
love
yeah.
that. We love that.
Oh, Christine pointing out a beautiful callback to season 1 when Tiffany, a gay woman on this show who crushes in season 1, inexplicably during a challenge where they're catering like a women's luncheon type
For
thing.
no reason.
For no fucking reason. During, I think her interview, she's like, well, I'm making fish because women love fish. And we're like, huh?
Iconic. Iconic women. Well, I don't even think I don't even think she said women love fish. I believe she said like
Fish are for women.
fish
or like
is for women
or
or
fish
something.
is-
Like it was very strange.
Fish are for women.
Like, fish is for women.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Something so diseased. Okay.
It's crazy. Why are we gendering food? It's nuts.
It's so funny though.
It's hilarious.
I do think it's so funny. As someone who's kind of
Man.
like, I don't know, ideally perceived with no gender and who is gay, I do think it is deeply funny.
It's very funny.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Well, it's just so, it is exactly what you said, Patrick. It's like, why are you killing yourself to like box yourself? You're gonna have a really hard life if you think
It's so hard.
Oh God.
I mean, it's hilarious. Like, I feel like when I was growing up, like, I'm trying to think because I like came out as queer like 3 years ago. So it was like there was things in Texas where I was like, well, I shouldn't order the catfish at Texas Roadhouse because that might make people think that I'm queer or whatever. That might give me away. Or like, you know, or like men making a big deal about drinking Diet Coke. We're like, I don't know. I know my wife loves it, but it's a little thing. Not for me. And it's like, what are you talking about? Or like the real men wear pink shirts. It's like, we have to make a deal about it because this color is gay. Like, it's crazy.
Well, I even know this is
Crazy.
there are I don't maybe I shouldn't talk about this. I think there are some charity things that where like a man will do a thing that is perceived feminine to raise money for the charity. And I think it's great that they're doing it for a charity, but I also think it is very weird. And I've seen like a lot of different things like this, but like, yeah, thing, you know, where it's like, oh yeah, like all these men will wear pink for breast cancer because they're wearing pink and it's for breast cancer because boobies are girls and pink is girls. And you know what I mean? Where you're just kind of like, it's cancer, my guy. Like,
Yeah,
what?
I know. And it's like, or like, yeah, in high school, there's like the powder puff game in Texas where it's like the women play football and the men are cheerleaders. The women are just genuinely playing a sport they don't usually get to play. And the men are like, we're pretending to be gay. Like, that's like the
Yes.
whole thing. It's insane. Anyways.
Rika, you okay? You took a big breath. Are you okay?
it's just so exhausting.
It's a lot.
And it's cool. We've got like 6 more seasons of that on the show.
It's really funny that that's part of like chef culture. It feels like though.
Oh my God.
It's a
huge, it's
Yeah, I'm
totally.
sure it is. Yeah,
I think Top Chef has gotten so much better, but
So
I think
much
the
better.
culinary world as a whole still has a huge problem with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Diving into these dishes real quick.
Let's hit it.
So after testicular fortitude, my first note is Stephanie's dish for this tailgate, which was grilled pork tenderloin with bacon, potato, and pear salad and a rosemary vinaigrette.
Sounds good, I guess.
It sounds fine. It sounds like
Sounds fine.
I don't know how I feel about a bacon, potato, pear salad, but sure.
To me, insane for a tailgate.
Right.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I
I
completely
think,
forgot about the
yeah, you're
circumstances.
right. Yes.
We're
Yeah,
talking about the
down.
little
Right.
plates, but it was one of the top dishes. I'm sure it was delicious. But
Yeah. That's
don't
where
know.
like their evaluation sometimes is like, okay, so some people get dinged for making a food that you have to eat with like a fork and knife kind of situation at tailgate. And some people don't if it's just like delicious. Dale made baby back ribs marinated in tandoori spices, potato salad, and raisins and mango.
This sounds good to me. I
That's good.
love potato salad.
Yeah.
Mm.
I made sweet
I
potato
love-
salad and I just finished it today.
Wow, I've never even thought to do that.
Carla Hall, Top Chef season 5, has a cookbook called something soul food. I'm looking at it and it is partially blocked. I keep forgetting the
Is
name.
she the
full
Carla
name.
on the dish or whatever?
Yes.
What's
She's
it called?
awesome.
The
The
buds,
chew.
the taste,
The
chew.
chew.
I think the buds would have been better to be
The
honest.
buds.
Yes, her
She's cool.
Carla Hall's soul food is what it's called. So
Oh,
she has
cool.
a recipe for a sweet potato salad that is really good. It's like got like
Yum.
curry powder and
It is really good.
it's very good. I've made it a couple of times and I really like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Spike makes a jicama pineapple slaw with lime dressing and fire spice chicken wings.
That sounds delish.
That sounds fine.
I love jicama.
I do
like
too.
jicama.
My roommate does not. He bristled. He said, "Hey, jicama," when we were watching this.
Oh,
like
you know
jicama.
why though?
Because we always get it. You always get it at Hollywood Food Coalition.
we
It's
got it
almost
from
going
Hollywood
bad.
Food Coalition, and but it's also just like sticks of jicama.
Yes.
It's not like
Yes.
He's the one that stole all the wings too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Son of a
I forgot
bitch.
about that.
Yeah. Stinker.
Yeah, he's still a stinker. And that is repeated behavior throughout the season. Antonia makes a Jamaican jerk chicken sandwich with grilled banana and pineapple.
I
looks
like jerk
good.
anything.
Big fat thumbs up.
I agreed
would-
with Tom Colicchio. I would say put that shit on the sandwich.
I
Don't
put
put it on the
everything.
side.
Everything's a pile to me. I put
Cram,
everything on
yeah.
everything.
Cram.
Rico loves a
cram.
pile.
I love
Yeah.
a pile. Hashtag
Good.
pile. Okay.
Hashtag pile.
Pile.
Yeah, get that
Pile
trending.
pal.
Hashtag pile. Yeah, I'm a pile. Okay, Ryan made. I will tell you what I meant to write, and I will tell you what I actually wrote. He made a bread salad. I wrote Bread Island. Bread salad with marinated chicken, poached pear with brandy and huckleberry sauce, and a spiced brandy hot cocoa. Listen.
Too much brandy. I also think a panzanella is on thin ice as a dish. I'll say it right now. I think it is not good most of the time.
Okay, wait. I think that's actually wrong. I love
No.
a panzanella. I think at a tailgate, that's crazy. I also think for your justification, firstly, I hate Ryan's type of vibe. I don't know if he
Yeah.
overtly said it, is almost like weight loss food type
I make
stuff.
I
Oh,
make
interesting.
sexy food for sexy people is
Yeah,
the energy that
I
he gives
hate
off.
I fucking
No.
hate that. And then to say that you made a panzanella because you're like, well, I don't want to just make a sandwich. I'm like, bitch, a panzanella is basically a fucking deconstructed sandwich. So
Yes.
don't be out here pretending you're holier than a sandwich because
Rude.
you just made a chopped up sandwich. Like you were feeding a sandwich to
Honestly,
a baby.
Probably with more bread in it. Than
Probably with more bread in it.
it.
Because an actual sandwich has what, 2-3 slices of bread, depending on what we're talking about here.
Well, who are you giving this to? Too. We're not doing a tailgate out of a Hummer. We're not doing a tailgate out of a Rolls Royce.
We
you
got
douchebag.
to do a tailgate at a spa for people losing weight.
Yes,
Or
he
something.
is the type
And
of
Weight
person that
Watchers.
absolutely crushes at like South Beach Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he goes there, he does He does a caprese salad with no mozzarella, and instead of mozzarella, it's a spinach leaf.
Yeah.
And
And
he
he's the
serves
type
it with
of-
like a wine, and then
Right. And people
He's-
taste it and they think it's good because they haven't eaten anything in 3 weeks. Right.
Absolutely. And he's the type of person. He's the type of person that makes people not want to be a vegetarian. Because he'll be like, I have uncooked lentils as my protein because, as you know, the protein that we get from meat is actually more fattening than the proteins you can get from beans. And you're like, shut the absolute fuck up. And you're the reason people are like, oh, healthy food is just like a unseasoned chicken breast. No, thanks. It's like, go eat my butt. Okay. So
serve that up at a tailgate.
Yeah, serve my butt. Nobody served my butt at this tailgate, and that's a huge problem. With brandy. Okay, Andrew made shrimp glazed with beer and potato parsnip puree, bacon, and apple scallion chutney.
I think this sounds good.
I'll do that.
Good.
I'm so sorry. It said shrimp braised with beer.
Glazed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, no. Okay. Then Richard made a pate melt, which is a pork patty with spicy mayo and pickled cucumber. It is a burger. He made a hamburger.
Oh, good. I was into that.
I would eat that.
Was good.
I would eat that.
He had something weird he was doing too, wasn't he?
He made a pate melt.
Yeah,
so there's like pate in it.
Wasn't there something going on? Oh, with the prep. He did something in the prep. Oh, he was the one that was like, we had to tape all the fridges. He was like clearly given like the B-roll conversation.
Oh, sure. Yes. No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Lisa made a skirt steak with a corn cake and salsa verde.
Sure.
Yeah. Skirt steak is good.
I love corn. Everyone on this show knows Jordan and I love corn. So I would try it solely based on corn. I ate a ton of corn today. I'm very biased towards corn. Great. Also from a Carla Hall recipe, her cornbread spoon bread. It's very good.
Oh, yum. It's like so cornbread you eat with a spoon?
It's spoon bread is like stuffing.
But softer, more custardy almost. It's very good. I think you would like it, Patrick.
I think you would.
I would.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested.
We gotta do a potluck. Fuck. Okay.
I would love to. I had your springform pan for so long.
And I put it to good use when you gave it back by using it as a plate. Okay. So then Jen made chicken marinated with harissa and a quinoa with tabbouleh. I think the chicken sounds great. I think, and here's the thing. I personally would eat that. I don't think it's good tailgate food.
I can't believe you're bringing quinoa to a Bears game.
You're bringing a knife to a quinoa fight, a quinoa to a bear fight.
You're bringing a bean to a gunfight. I mean, truly, or a legume.
You're bringing a legume to a fucking gunfight. You're bringing slappers only to a gunfight.
Slappers only.
Shout outs to GoldenEye. Patrick, Ryan, and I played at his house once and truly lost our minds.
Yeah, there's 964 over there.
There it is. Yeah, maybe
I'm not doing any road trips. Yeah.
And then Mark made, this is our New Zealand guy, chicken and scallion skewers with soy and onion glaze and an apple fennel salad with a New Zealand chowder.
I think this sounded good.
It sounded good. It sounded like a lot of food. I was kind of like, maybe you should have just made the skewers with the salad.
Yes.
Here's what kind of stunned me. This is the closest to chili out of any of these. And chili would have been a fucking home run with the audience. I'm telling you, why weren't we just thinking about chili? Chili is especially at a football game. It's fall, it's cold, it's Chicago.
Chili.
Yeah, chili. We're talking chili. I can't believe we didn't do a chili. New Zealand chowder that's grainy. That's all we can get.
It's tough. It's tough. You're right.
Rude.
Okay, and then Nikki made Italian sweet pork sausage, and peppers and onions with grilled shrimp that had hot sauce and a spiced cider.
I didn't know you could do that.
Nikki.
This is all over the place. This is also, to her credit, this is kind of before Top Chef solidifies it, like, hey, anything you put on the plate will be judged. This has to be a composed dish. It kind of is obvious, but like, I think in later seasons, they realize, like, don't just put some shit on the side. This is also a season you see heavy with people making drinks on the side. I'm like, don't waste your time making a fucking drink on this show. People will be making like, we made a blackberry spritzer. It is seltzer with blackberries. It's like, cool. If that doesn't taste good, that is being judged equally with the thing you spent all your time on. Don't serve it.
Yeah. You made a blackberry spritzer and then you're giving us a bowl of grapes. What are you talking about? You should have worked on the grapes.
Yeah, exactly. And she did not save enough for the judges. Classic Top Chef blunder. So at the judges table, Antonia, Dale, and Stephanie land in the top. Nikki, Mark, and Ryan land in the bottom. Our winner is Dale. He's elated. This was his challenge to win. He fucking loves the Bears. He's from Chicago. What a fun thing. Eliminated is our little Cali Flair boy, Ryan, who's been cooking since he was in the womb, or whatever he says in episode 1, when he also, I think, announces that he's hot.
Jeez. I'll be the judge of that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Patrick, what do you think of the episode? And Jordan?
I had a blast. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very interesting glimpse into 2009. You know, I would watch a lot more Top Chef. I feel like it's a fun season, a fun show to dive into and watch. I actually had it confused with Chopped in my head when I started watching it.
Oh, okay.
That's horrifying. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is that embarrassing? Is it a faux pas?
No, I'm not a Chopped fan.
Oh, okay.
That's all. And not even, I love the concept. I'm not a fan of the show. I think it's like done in a boring way. Like Food Network shows are just different. They
need a revamp, and if they're looking for someone to give them that revamp, they can call me. I agree with you. I actually liked this episode. I think we've seen a couple pretty boring episodes, and I think I like the challenges where they like get them out into a place interacting with other people. When they just do too many like plated dinners with fancy judges, I get bored.
Yeah.
Because I also find the food kind of stale. I also find the issues they run into to be underwhelming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like when they get them out and about.
Yes.
It's fun. It's fun to see them in the world. It's fun to see those giant football players holding little plates. You're like,
that's
I don't know,
fun,
you know.
Oh my God. When that football player stood next to Jen, I was like, he is double her height.
So big. They were so big.
They're so big. It's so crazy how tall someone can be.
Yeah. It truly knows no bounds.
Yeah. Patrick, do you register me as shorter when we speak?
I don't think so. The big question is, you register me as tall when we speak.
I don't register, and everyone is my height.
I feel the same way. And I actually see myself as little. I see myself as small in a weird way. I kind of like to be in places where I fit exactly.
Patrick, you're 6'2", aren't you?
I'm 6'2". Yeah.
Wow.
I'm 6'2", but I like feeling cozy. I like feeling like I fit in the exact right spot. You know, like one of those little blocks you put in
I had that feeling as a kid. I was like, I want a bedroom that's as big as me. And that's all. And,
I used to do that in my cubby. I used to fit exactly in my cubby.
That's extremely sweet. Wow.
Yeah, sure.
So interesting. Opposite of me, my whole life, I've been like, I'm a literal giant. I'm the biggest person in the entire world. Stomp, stomp, stomp. And give me a big space is what I thought. Because Patrick, you might not know this. I might have showed this on the show before. I hit 5'7" in like the first grade.
No way.
So I was very big, very early. I'm 5'9", so I'm a little above average now for women. I'm not like crazy tall, but still in my mind, I associate with being like crazy tall, because for so many of my formative years, I was like much bigger than most of my teachers and all the other students.
I'll say it. It's traumatizing to be a big first grader, and I've seen it happen. And I think it happened to me a little bit. It is hard. It actually is. Yeah. It's very hard because it's where you're just figuring out what's like normal and what isn't normal, because you've only been around people for a year. Yeah. You've been in kindergarten and then you're in first grade, so then you're still noticing differences and kids are mean. I hate that. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
No, that's okay. I think I kind of took it in stride. I thought it was cool to be a little different, that kind of thing. Good. But yeah, was confusing. I also think a lot of people thought I was much older a lot because all the other little girls would cry, and I was not a big crier because my parents were not into that. Mm-hmm. So I was very, very tall and big and didn't cry very much. So I think people were like, you're 13, go over there.
You're 13 and still in first grade? Get out of here.
Get out of here, bitch.
Get out of here.
But that's so funny that you both, Rika is small, but Patrick, that you identify as small.
I would like to identify as small. I want to make that clear. I would prefer to be smaller than I am, I think. Okay. Is what and I like to fit. I like to be cozy.
Yeah. I'll say being short is okay. I didn't really think I was short until a few years ago. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm short. I thought I was average for a woman's height, but I think I am just kind of short. Okay. I'll say the disadvantages are, I think Yeah, people might, step all over you and stuff. But
Totally.
but I could fit into like a little cubby, I guess.
That's
I
pretty
fit
badass.
I fit into my roommate's dog's crate. I think that's pretty
Nice.
cool.
That's awesome. I'm getting a thing right now when I'm seeing people after the pandemic, and everyone's telling me that they think I got taller, and I'm like, I didn't. I don't know what's going on, but you shrunk me in your head.
Oh my God.
I didn't get. There's no way I got taller. I can't get taller. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, I would love to get taller. I wanted to be 5'6".
Okay.
It didn't happen for me.
Yeah.
But I thought about it in high school. I tried to make it happen.
Well, as Amy importantly points out, everyone's the same height on Zoom.
That's a great point. Thanks, Amy.
I got a big head. Does anyone else have a big head?
I do have a big head. I was actually on a first date recently, and I weighed me and the other person weighed our heads.
Oh,
what'd you find?
Guys.
Okay, thanks so much, Patrick.
Well, so first we weighed my head, and it said that my head was 21 pounds, and I said, no way, it can't be. And so I did it again, and it was 13 pounds. I think they say that the average head is, but his head was 13 pounds too, so it was okay. But it was a thing where I was nervous because I was like, I can't have a 21-pound head.
That would be
wow. Now I'm like, how big is my head? I've literally never thought about the weight of a head.
I got my scale, I put it on a table, and I laid on it. That's what we did. So if you're interested in doing that, throw the weight of your head in the chat. Let's see.
I would have never have thought to use weight as the measure of having a big head. Because to me, your head sounds very full and dense.
Yeah,
I think structurally, I think my brain is small, but my head is very big. Very big.
What size hat do you wear? Do you know?
No. Okay. I know this gives me a headache, but I wore it because my hair looks bad. And I know in my baby book, where it lists your like height, weight, for whatever reason, mine has head size. And I was in the 99th percentile.
That means normal, right?
No, that means your head is bigger than 99% of all other babies.
I thought that would be the 1 percentile.
No, that means your head is smaller than 99% of all our babies.
I gotta go talk to some babies. I made a huge mistake.
You know, when you pull off a Barbie's head and there's like a smaller head underneath, like just a little that's what you're talking about.
This is like the ripping Funkos open TikTok trend. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, where you cut them in half and sometimes there's something inside.
All these kids, that's what's happening. They're using these thick, sharp knives to cut this hard plastic, and they're all being like, don't hurt yourself. Kids are hurting themselves trying to soft Funko Pops open for no reason.
All right. Yeah, that's crazy. And also we've got a huge head coalition in the chat. I'm loving this. Thank you, Rhiannon, for announcing yourself. I'm also part of the huge head coalition.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we got Elaine saying that the average head weight is 11 pounds. So 13 seems reasonable, but on the high end, Patrick. So maybe look into some weight loss stuff.
Awesome. I'm going to do some head workouts.
I added the weight loss things. Elaine would never. I'm the one that's kind of
Elaine.
That's kind of brain shaming you into losing some brain weight.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll lose some brain weight. I'll watch some more Top Chef.
Yeah, get some. Yeah. Hey, make you gain brain weight. Except Ryan, he go eat nothing.
When Reka said it make you gain brain weight, I thought Reka say it make you gay.
Top Chef makes you gay.
Make you gay.
Hello.
And maybe it does. I don't know.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of beautiful.
That's really nice.
That's beautiful. Okay, well, Patrick, we normally like to ask our guests what they would have made during this challenge, and this seems like a perfect thing to ask you because you know tailgate culture.
Yes. I honestly think that I would just like make a really fun hot dog.
I love that.
Maybe like a nice bun. Maybe I would bake the buns. I'm a baker. I love to bake. I love to bake things. I don't see a lot of baking skills happening here.
So nobody bakes on the show. If you ask someone to bake on the show, they'd be like, just shoot me in the head. They wouldn't do it. Whereas
maybe make my own buns and maybe infuse some garlic and herb biscuit buns. Maybe I make a bun like a biscuit the size of a bun, and I put like a hot dog inside of it.
Patrick,
what do we think of that?
That sounds incredible.
Did you say biscuit buns to Jordan and me? Because we love it.
Because that's Rika and I's other couple name.
That's our other couple, biscuit buns. It's Indian queso and biscuit buns.
Damn.
Holy shit.
I'm getting hot in here.
Woo! Okay, we love
biscuit
that.
Buns. I mean, what would you guys make?
We don't get asked this very often. So
yeah, it's what always throws me. Okay.
I would make a big thing that my family ate a lot growing up are crawfish hand pies.
Yeah.
You would get them at the zoo and things like that. But so I would basically take kind of like a puff pastry phyllo type situation, and I would fill it with a cream cheese crawfish Cajun onion mixture.
Hell yeah.
Bake that off really buttery, and then I would serve it with like a I don't know, some kind of sauce. Maybe like a crystal hot sauce hollandaise or something.
That
sounds delicious.
I would probably be the least popular tent at this tailgate, but I would do like as I am a vegetarian, like a potato like masala burger. And I would do a tamarind chutney on top with like caramelized onions. And then I would take the chili onions that you get like sometimes at Indian restaurant. I would do that. And like some lettuce and on a nice soft potato roll.
Oh my
that sounds
God.
delicious.
That sounds incredible.
That's what I would do.
That's great. Wait, can I amend mine? I just thought of another one that I would do.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. So there's a thing in the South. You guys maybe have heard of there's Midwest too, the walking taco. Have you guys heard of that?
Of
Where
course.
You get a bag of Doritos.
Yes.
And you put, like beef.
I thought you said walkie-talkie. And
the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
I would serve walkie-talkie.
Yes.
Go to Radio Shack.
Yeah, get a bunch of them.
Yeah. No, I would make my own walking taco. I would
That's a fantastic fucking idea.
I would make delicious beef and season things, and I would make different.
I think that fucking rules. I think that people would love carrying that around, and it would be like really welcome at a tailgate.
It'd be delish.
Incredible. Well, I can tell him now. Okay, Patrick. The Bravo producers are telling me that I can tell you this, but you are Top Chef.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but there are two ways to be Top Chef. You can either be on the Bravo reality TV cooking competition show Top Chef and win, or you can be a guest on the reality focused live stream Top Chef podcast for charity, Talk Chef.
Oh my God.
Either way, an Indian woman will tell you are a Top Chef.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. What an
Tell
honor.
Danny Olive down at the garden. You got it.
I'm going to call him. I'm going to call Sheila Garden. She's going to be thrilled.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Patrick, thank you so much for joining us. If people want to hear more from you, where do they go? What do they listen to?
You can find me on Instagram at Patrick. That's 4 Patricks. Find me on Twitter at Patrick McDonald with a 0 instead of an O. Find me on Friday night, 7 p.m. to midnight Key West time. That's what we call it on Radio Margaritaville.
Dumb.
Radio Margaritaville. I'm spinning all sorts of tracks. I think this week, which is what's crazy about this whole thing, this week we have a theme every Friday night, me and my co-host Ryan on Radio Margaritaville. You can listen for free on the margaritaville.com website. This week is tailgating songs. I'm not joking. So we played all sorts of tailgating songs.
Wow.
We're going to play all sorts of tailgating songs. But yeah, we made a list and all this stuff. So check it out if you have a tailgate. It's a big part of the Buffett culture because tailgating is a big part of going to being a parrot head, like 8 hours of fucking hanging out and drinking.
Wow.
And a big thing about tailgating for parrot heads is in 2015 in Mansfield, Massachusetts, the Mansfield, Massachusetts police got really mad because a lot of the parrot heads left their homemade toilets behind. And the homemade toilets are 5-gallon Home Depot tanks with pool noodles around the rim. And they would bring them, people would bring their own toilets to the tailgate. And they were like, hey, Jimmy Buffett fans, you gotta stop leaving the toilets behind.
Okay,
So-
that's another t-shirt because Patrick knows I really don't like Jimmy Buffett. And so to me, this all tracks.
A bit of a dark side.
Yeah.
Side to that.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, you can
CTA.
find me there. I have 2 podcasts, Parrot Podcast, and then I have an improvised Hollywood podcast that Reika was on called Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists that you can find us as well on Twitter. It's like improvised Hollywood roundtables. We did an episode about agents.
It's very
So you
fun.
should check it out. Very fun. And that's
Patrick,
me.
thank you so much for joining us. This was
What a joy.
incredible. So
You guys are
fun.
wonderful.
You're wonderful. And guys, tune in next week for another episode of Talk Chef where we're going to go over episode 7, if you can believe.
The improv episode. I'm so jealous.
Woo! Yes, did you see that was going up?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a spoiler, they go to Second City.
Oh my God.
We'll be doing an improv set, so tune in.
Yeah, they're going to be doing
God.
a herald throughout the entire thing, and they all die at the end.
Yeah.
Tune in. Bye.
Bye, everyone.